I'm gonna just sit here till she gets us up, so. Are we up, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. It is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. We'll call a meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Born and unborn.
Okay. Do we have any minutes and reports received and filed?
Yes, the county clerk's February 2021 fees were filed, and the recorder's February 2021 fees were filed.
Okay, Commissioner Committee liaison reports, upcoming meetings and events.
Cook County Communities on Thursday morning. Did y'all get an invite for it?
Yes.
Yes.
This guy. I got the WebEx meeting Thursday. Cook County Extension. University of Cook County Extension Council meeting Thursday. Lions Thursday. And there's a lunch Wednesday.
Yeah, which Harry's gonna buy your lunch.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it though. Eastside Business Association Friday morning. That's where we're at. Warrensville Nice Bonus Fish Fry Friday.
Hey, your barbecue was really excellent.
I'll let you know I had nothing to do with it except for the weather. I was in charge of the weather.
It was excellent.
I helped direct traffic for a while, and I did get a little sunburn. It was nice from 10:30 to 1.
In addition to what Jeff has mentioned, West Side Business on Thursday, the Thursday COVID update press conference or press event is also Thursday. That's it.
That's it, okay. Today, we have a meeting with the schools. Wednesday's Lions, our EMS is the program. Communities, and the press conference. Friday is Employees Appreciation Day, so if we wanted to do something for our employees, we could. Monday, we've got the Medical Alliance WebEx at 10 a.m. and then at noon I have a Cap Region Foundation board meeting. So that's all I've got. Are we up and running then? Do we want to go? We will deviate from our agenda and we will go to new business, CARES Act funding. Since we pay them by the hour.
Teresa or Julie, I'll let you take over.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
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 So I believe that Teresa's going to take off with the funding recommendations, and then we'll just walk through the agenda from there.
Sounds good.
Okay, so funding recommendations for today. These are going to be the emergency expenses that Kristen had. If you just want to run through that, it's $20,486 in total. Things like some COVID tests, computers and technology, some video conferencing software, some security for COVID, vaccine supplies and storage, and then there was a recharge of the cadaver coolers at the EMS. So all that together, $20,486.
We got to approve each one of those then.
Just the total.
Just the total for
Yep.
D10, 15.
Yep.
All right. We haven't done one of these. How did we word that? We approved the.
Just approve D10-15 for $20,486.
Okay. Make a motion. We approve D-10-15 for $20,486.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. So I talked to Kristen and Debbie last week, and we're kind of figuring out a plan to get all these funds all closed out and everything. So I might have Kristen chime in every once in a while on this, but I think some of the internal orders and approvals have come in under what have been approved. So to close out, hopefully by the end of March, We'll have to take some public health and safety payroll again. I think focus on the health department once again. So Kristen and Debbie were going to get payroll numbers for January, February, and maybe partially March to expend the entirety of the rest of the funds that were available. Kristen, is there anything else on that? I think we're still working to get those final numbers.
Yeah, so we talked to them on Friday. Christy obviously was over at the vaccination event, so we're gonna work this week to back out the other salaries that are funded through other sources at the moment to come up with a dollar amount. If we need to wait and do another payroll to get to the dollar amount we're looking for, we will wait until the next payroll is completed. But we're working on that number, and we're hoping by the end of March to have all of that kind of wrapped up in a total dollar amount that you guys can take in public health salaries.
You guys have any questions about that direction?
So if we have anything come up in the meantime, do we just run it through our own instead of this CARES Act grant stuff?
Right, we haven't really been doing anything directly out of there, other than the last two we did were those EOC upgrades. So we've been running everything through this emergency account anyway. And then just getting it reimbursed to ourselves instead of doing that piecemeal a little bit at a time. We're gonna take this public health and put it in general fund. You guys can still use it for COVID related things if you want. It'll just be in general fund and not directly out of CARES.
Right, so we're trading dollars in a sense. Now, so will we have our own internal number of tradable dollars?
So we did move money from contingency into that emergency line for the total amount we thought we had left in CARES.
Right.
We will have a little bit more than we thought at first because of that ending of projects and them coming in less than we thought. So we can adjust that and leave that in that line just to continue to spend it down and track it through that line in general fund.
Okay, so as 2021 progresses and unknown COVID expenses come up that the feds aren't funding anymore, we can know how to fund ourselves because we've already traded dollars.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
So then if anybody wants something, they need to
And
come
Kristen-
to us before they make a purchase or what have you. And just kind of get an okay. If it's an emergency thing, just get a hold of us. It's kind of like,
We have some little things that we haven't been running through you individually, like if you get a webcam for your or for your computer. I know you guys all got one, and so did public administrator. Little expenses like that, we haven't been coming to you for every small $50, $100 item. If you want us to, we can, but we've been just, if it's COVID related,
well, those are all
running
under our
it through.
control anyway. But I mean, if somebody in another office wants one, then
Yes, you can have them come to you first.
even if it's a little camera, or just,
That's up to you. I mean, most of the time Brian's purchasing those for another department,
Okay.
so it's running through him, not them directly.
So he can be held liable if,
Yeah, it's all Brian's fault.
okay,
well, it
you
can
can-
snowball if you get everybody ordering stuff all of a sudden.
yeah.
Or if you wanna put a dollar threshold, I mean, I know some people buy sanitizer and wipes, best we can do is put it through there if we can. But if somebody's buying bulk of that kind of stuff, no, I think they should come to you.
Mhm.
I don't know what a dollar amount would be, but I think if they go and buy it and then we say no, or we don't have the money, then if they've already bought it, we're on the hook anyway.
Why don't we establish a de minimis amount, if it's less than $100 and
That's
it's
what I-
COVID related, they're free to make the purchase and get the permission later. If it's more than, it's 100 or more,
They can come ask
they
first.
has to ask first.
Yep, I agree with that.
That's just a
Okay.
policy
Yeah,
that we'll follow.
Yeah,
If
Don't
that
need-
number is
that's-
too low or something, we can adjust it, just
Right.
let us know, but I just don't want everybody spending something. Well, now Greg's got his hand up, so we're in trouble.
I buy hand sanitizer for all the dispensers, and I can go $100 real quick. which has already been budgeted. I mean, I have money budgeted for it, but you want me to just keep buying and filling them and then giving the bills to you guys to mark them like I have been, or do you?
So he's talking about the ones at the doors that we added
Yeah.
for COVID.
Well, let's amend the policy with the exception for the purchases by Greg that fall under, call it the sanitizers,
Yeah, maintenance, general cleaning.
general cleaning and maintenance. All
I mean,
right.
on the same hand, he knows he's gonna have to fill them, so he can come to us and say, hey, I need to stock
but-
up. I'm running low, so we need to stock up, so.
He just doesn't need to come back here once a month and say, hey, I got.
And we can give you via email or something, an account
Okay.
of where we're at.
That's good.
All right.
You guys have other questions?
No, she took down her chief stuff, though. I'm kind of,
Just back in the office.
No, I'm just at my office. I would never do that. I would never take down my chief
I
stuff.
took it down for the parade. Oh, wait, they didn't. Never mind.
Kristen, I would ask that maybe you update us as that list or that balance is decreasing on a weekly or some semi-weekly basis so we know where we are.
Yeah.
or just send
Show
us
you the GL
an
account.
email or,
Yeah, just via an email.
yes,
Okay.
yeah, send us an email to let us know where we stand.
I was gonna put Deb in charge of that one.
Task.
Okay, anything else?
Kristen, did you want to bring up the EOC, the payment to Jefferson City?
I did not have a conversation with them yet. Let me still
Okay.
have that conversation and we'll come back around to it.
Okay, sounds good. And then the Salvation Army, they got me the last of their expenses. They are requesting that $2,441 of what they were given, the $25,000 gets given to them or to use to expense some payroll for their grant administration costs. So they spent approximately $22,500 of those grants. So in order to close that out, they're just requesting to use the remainder of that to charge to administration. But we did have that grant set aside for specifically assistance to people in the community for utilities and rent and things like that related to COVID. So to switch that around, I wanted to get your approval if that was something you wanted to do, to give them to help pay for those administrative costs.
I'm in favor
If
of
not,
that.
we can give them an extension to spend it on people that are needing it, or we can request those funds back and we can spend it within Cole County.
I would honor their request.
I'm good with it too, yeah. Use it for
Yeah.
administrative costs.
Yeah,
Yes,
so that's approximately 10% of what was given to them, so seems fairly reasonable.
yeah,
And I know they've been working hard to try and find people to give these funds to and doing a lot of background information to get the correct information on if they were COVID related, so.
sounds like we're all good with that, so.
Okay, sounds good. I don't know if we need an approval on that, Kristen.
I don't think so, just Teresa, as long as you can get me the documentation to back up what we spent it on.
Yep, I will do that. And then as far as February reporting goes, so that one will be due March 9th with your approval on these emergency funds today. Chris and I should be able to work through the remainder of that and have that to the state, no problem. HHS reporting, they are still only in registration mode for their reporting portal. So we are still waiting on them to be able to go ahead and get those dollars reported. And then Julie, I'll turn over to you for a budget update.
Sure, so just to let you all know, the last time we talked, I believe we were kind of bumping up right against our budget amount that we had originally proposed, and I know, the goal was to try to wrap up by the end of January, and just, given the state of where we are, probably looks like we'll be closing out closer to March. So I will be proposing an additional work order. I don't expect it to be extensive, but just enough to kind of cover through March 31st, and if anything else comes up in terms of, questions through, let's just say, April 15th. To the extent we don't use those hours, just like we've done before, there's no additional cost to that, and there's no additional fee increase or anything in terms of rates. But we do need to try to just cover the hours that we had pending between now and the end of March. So I wanted to just let you all know, if you have any questions, I'm happy to address those. And then our goal would be to propose that to you all at next Tuesday's meeting.
I know it's premature because Congress is still battling back and forth, but if we have another $1.9 trillion, are we going to have to do this again?
Yeah, I believe so. So we're actually monitoring that as it comes out. And even as we get preliminary information, we'll be able to share that with you. But I definitely want you all to know that we truly appreciate and value the relationship that we have with Cole County and the opportunity to serve you all. So if that works out and you all would like to have us back, we would love to be able to help, and feel like we would have some efficiencies gained just from some of the application processes and things like that we've developed. So just as we learn more, we will certainly let you know, and then we'll just kind of take it from there.
Yeah, Kristen's really excited about it.
Yeah, I guess the good news is that hopefully, you'll be able, I will say that you all have done a great job in really trying to balance all the needs of the community. So, I know that will be your intent as well. So, we appreciate being able to be a part of that.
And we appreciate Julie and Teresa.
Yes,
They've
yes,
been
yes.
an extreme help
Yes.
to us.
Yes.
Yes, most definitely.
I believe that's everything we had. So, unless there's any questions for us.
No.
I don't see any.
Nope.
Julie.
All right. Y'all have a great week.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. We can go back to all of this, or we can, Michael, are you capital improvements, or you want to get through some of this quick stuff? And
Yeah, most of, or the bids, or there are bids at the top.
I did the CARES. Well, we can go back. We'll just go back to our agenda, because most of this is really quick. So, appointment by commission, reappointment of K6 to Missouri River Regional Library Board, appointment of Elise Steinman to Missouri River Regional Library Board, appointment of Anita Randolph to Missouri River Region Library. And then we have the commission orders to appoint them, if anybody. But the library, they stay on their commissions pretty well. So I think this fills them up again. Melody had sent us out a list of some of our other boards and commissions that have openings, but these are all county residents, so that's our portion. So you want to make a
Approve those.
motion
In
to
one
approve
motion.
them?
Motion to approve the appointments to the Missouri River Regional Library Board per the list mentioned by Presiding Commissioner Bushman.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, sign, we all sign. Any commission comments? Bids and contracts, contract adjustment for Policy Tech. Approval of sole source 20, or is that two different? No, 2021 SS08. That is two different ones.
Yeah, two
Yeah.
different ones. So this is
Okay.
Navix Global, it's known as Policy Tech. It's a program that we have for all of our policies in the Sheriff's Department. As we approve a policy and I approve it, and it's sent out to all of our staff, via email, they have to get online and then read it, and then we have an electronic copy of them signing. This is adding 52 more licenses for the Cole County Posse. It comes up to a total of $803.08, but the posse is going to pay for this out of their account. So this is a
wash.
yeah, it's a wash. It's zero budget.
Motion to approve the request by Sheriff Wheeler for $803.08, Navix Global.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So is the approval of sole source, that's different. Approval of sole source 2021-SS08 Accent Enterprises.
This is for the tasers and taser supplies for the sheriff's department. They do purchases throughout the year. It's been ran in the paper already, so this is just signature on the sole source form.
Make a motion, we sign the sole source advertising for the Axon Enterprises.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Approval of sole source 2021 SS10 outdoor warning consultant.
This was to replace the warning sign. We had to run it in the paper, and this is just approval form.
Make a motion to approve the sole source for the outdoor warning consultant.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Bid award for 2021-02 blades.
For blades, we had 4 vendors submit RFPs. Our recommendation is to award it to the lowest and best bid in each category with available material.
I would like to add that one of our manufacturers for blades did not put in a bid. That was Fabic for motor grader blades. We would, they are on state contract, so we're able to purchase those blades. We would like to stay with the Fabic blades, even though they say they didn't receive anything. But that's an OEM product for our motor graders, and these usually don't fit quite as well for the motor grader blades. That would be the only change that would happen throughout this contract.
Are the other ones on state bid too then?
No, not all of them are on state bids. So a lot of what we do is we compile the blades for the motor grader blades and the snowplow blades into one bid. So that way a manufacturer can put forth a bid for everything. The only difference is that the motor grader blades are somewhat different for fit between John Deere motor graders, Caterpillar motor graders, whatever. So using an OEM product is usually the best case scenario for us as far as fit. Otherwise, we have to torch the holes out and make them fit. All of the rest of the companies that are listed here are good for the snow plows, just not necessarily good for the motor graders. We're willing to try them, but if they don't work, we're going to have to go back to the OEM product that's on state contract.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. OEM is usually quite a bit more expensive though. I wouldn't mind seeing the difference in pricing and kind of make a decision then.
Okay. We can definitely do that.
Without that much information, it's hard to say, yeah.
Well, did we go for best and how
But they're
was?
not gonna be the
But they
lowest.
didn't bid.
Oh,
It might be the best, but it might not be the lowest.
They're on a cooperative.
yeah, they're on cooperative, so they could still be the best. Or because they
Right.
didn't bid, we couldn't use them?
Oh, we couldn't use them because we've got their
Yeah.
price already.
Yeah.
because they're on co-op pricing.
Compare the co-op to what they
Yeah.
submitted and go off of that.
So we're just approving the best and,
Yes.
yeah.
I just was asked to make sure that the commission knew that we would be seeking the opportunity to continue to use Fabic blades on our Caterpillar motor graders. It's what we've been using in the past. Always used the OEM product in the past because of the fit.
Is there a danger to flipping over to a non-OEM and you're modifying the equipment and then are you drilling new holes in places and?
There is a possibility of that, yes, Commissioner, there is. There's a possibility that we would have to retrofit these blades to fit. We don't know this yet. We are going to try, but it has been their experience in the past that it has not worked with these other companies buying these products for OEM.
I'd rather be safe than sorry on this thing. I don't know how much money we're talking about here.
I don't think it would be very much difference at all. But we are going to try, but we wanted to be able to have the flexibility of continuing to use the OEM product through the state contract if needed.
I'm fine with that.
So let's go back to what should the motion say to give them the flexibility?
We can still award it to the lowest and best in each category with available material. And then we can compare it to the co-op contract. It's at the bottom of the spreadsheet. Towards the bottom.
Which, do you have does anyone have the language up here?
So you have
It's attached.
the bottom one is Fabic?
No, the language that we're using.
Okay, I'd still like to see the Fabic price.
This is what I want. Right?
We can provide you with that.
I'm going to try the language here, see if I've got it right. Motion to award the lowest and best in each category with available material and allowing Public Works the flexibility to determine the best with respect to OEM versus non-OEM blades for the road graders,
For the motor graders, yes.
period.
I'll second that.
So y'all don't want to see the prices of the Fabic ones before you approve this?
Well, we're still giving them,
Well, he did indicate it was not a material difference. Did I hear that, or?
There will be a price difference, but I don't think it's enough to concern ourselves with too much. I will provide you with
I'll
that.
trust you, but I want to confirm.
yeah.
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 It actually may be
Right.
cheaper. It actually may be cheaper.
That'd be even better,
So
but
Yeah.
I'd like to see, because I mean.
by the time, what our whole thing is, we don't need to get in the weeds too far on this, is a lot of times with putting these blades on the motor grader, it takes several hours of the guys retrofitting them as opposed to just sticking them on there. So by the time you've got your labor and all the other stuff that is involved in it, these are more expensive in most cases. Now, I haven't had the experience with this. This
That's
is
not
coming from
information
our,
we have here.
right,
I don't have that information, so I'm curious how much they are.
Right.
If you're talking $20 difference, it's easy to say, absolutely, go with the OEM.
correct.
But
And
if
that's,
it's $2,220, then I'm gonna rethink it and say, well, let's try these, a couple of times.
absolutely. So we'll provide you with that information. That's not a problem at all.
Well, look how well it worked on building the jail. Oh,
John Kissing,
We'll have that information to you very quickly.
okay.
I just wanted to make sure
So
you were
y'all got
aware
a
of it.
motion though.
Motion and second.
So y'all wanna wait, or if y'all wanna go ahead and prove it, then I'm just one.
I think I'd just approve it, then you can come back with the,
I would just add that what the motion is doesn't change what we can do or will do. We'll check on the pricing of the blades and let you know. And if
Yeah.
it's something that is just really a lot more expensive, then we'll try, which this
Yeah.
motion would give us the ability to do it anyway, so.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
So I restate my motion, or call for the question, how about
Call
that?
for the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Okay. Okay, bid award for 2021-06 cold milling and asphalt paving services.
This one, we had 2 vendors submit RFPs on, and we want to go with the lowest bidder with availability.
These are much easier. I don't have any questions. You got any questions about them, Harry?
No.
Make a motion, we'll go with the lowest bidder with availability.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Bid award for 2021-07 sign materials.
We had 5 vendors submit RFPs on this one, and the recommendation is to award the lowest and best in each category with available material.
Did you see it?
I'm good with it.
Make a motion, award to the lowest and best bid in each category with available material.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bid award for 2021-08 asphalt materials.
This one, we had 2 vendors submit RFPs on them, and our award is the lowest and best bid in each category with available material.
Good.
I'm good, but with one quick question, is two respondents, is that normal to have 2? Or-
That's actually who we have in Cole County for asphalt materials is Higgins Asphalt and Capital Materials. There is Magruder Asphalt as well, but I'm not sure.
They would, sometimes you'll get a contractor that's doing a job in town that has a mobile plant that will set up. I don't know that we've ever gotten bids on just a big up price from them.
Okay.
It's usually just these 2.
Go ahead.
Okay, make a motion, we award to the lowest and best bid in each category with available material.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bid award for 2021-09 pipes.
There's 2 vendors that submitted RFPs in this one as well, and we want to award to the lowest and best bid in each category with available material.
You're on a roll, Jeff.
Make a motion, we award to lowest available in each category.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, unfinished business. Jessica said the first 4 issues there we're gonna remove for right now. And so we will do holiday hours, holiday pay, and time work.
Morning.
Thank you.
So as requested, we put together a policy, and this is for how the holiday pay would be structured from a administrative standpoint.
Matt, this, what you've just given us here, that's what we worked on last week, and
Yes, sir, this
we
was the
tweaked a
policy
bit.
that you wanted for us to develop
Right.
from last week.
Does that lock us into what you sent on Sunday, or
It
that's a
does
little
not
different?
lock us into
Okay,
that,
all
sir.
right, very good. And just to repeat my recollection of last week, this policy is represented by you to save the county about $151,000 annual.
$150,000.
$150,000.
Is you're subtracting out. So I guess the best way to do it is any holiday, we're paying 3.5 times the rate of pay when you take into account someone works the holiday, someone then gets time off for the holiday if they worked it or not, and then somebody has to cover that time that employee takes off, generally a time and a half. So when you add them all up, it ends up being about 3.5 times the rate of pay. So you'll be saving 1.5 times.
So I'm being very repetitive here, but I want to have the record show that this policy change results in a savings for the county and an improvement of morale in EMS
That's correct, sir.
personnel.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so I'm going to make a motion to adopt this holiday pay policy for EMS.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you,
I
gentlemen.
do want to watch how number 6 works. That one still is confusing to me, but we talked about it. We'll try it. Your industry, the 7 to 7 thing.
Yes, sir.
The first time we see the effect of this will be Memorial Day.
That's correct. That'll be the first holiday that'll come up.
Okay.
So, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Do we have any unfinished business? New business, accounts payable review?
I did have an invoice, a couple invoices that had to get paid yesterday for the neighborhood improvement. So I would like you guys to approve accounts payable today. Even though physically you did it yesterday as an emergency type thing.
I signed that yesterday. It had a suspense date of March 1. It was the Neighborhood Improvement District bond payment that had to be made yesterday. So I make a motion to approve that emergency payment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We've done CARES, now capital improvements.
Okay, as you guys know, we did just set aside money in capital improvements for so much money through the budget. We told people that requested things that they would have to come back up here and actually get permission to purchase the things that were on their list for capital. So I think Michael is here today to talk about his, or unless you guys want to talk about everybody's, it's up to you.
During the budget cycle, I had come up and presented 4 areas for capital improvements. One was the repaving and striping of our parking lot. And I checked with Public Works, and they gave me an estimate of $18,900 to do that particular work. Replacing the furniture in the front lobby, and we talked just a few minutes prior to the commission meeting about some chairs that may be available, and we'll take a look at that. So I'm going to table that particular item at this point. Replacing the carpet behind the residential desks with vinyl. We've done that too many times, and that just wears out. That was in the neighborhood of $1,500. And then replacing the solid wood door between detention and residential, and we had checked on that, and that's $400. I know Greg had some other areas, but I'm not going into that at this point, because he had that with his.
So do we have a sheet with all that info on it, or what, how much was the repaved parking lot?
$18,900, and I got that estimate from Public Works.
And then repave the lobby furniture, that's on.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna,
That's one we're gonna take.
I've got something that might work out.
And we'll come
I mean,
back.
they're really, there's one of our medical offices that closed, and he had brand-new chairs out in his waiting area. And we bought some for our store, and we can buy, I don't know what,
if
10,
that's the
12,
case-
whatever you
If that's the
need.
case, we can replace a number of our other chairs.
Yeah.
And be way under that,
Yeah.
that number right there.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
So I just thought, it seems like anymore, every chair we buy is $500 to $600, and I'm like,
And as far as the parking lots are concerned, we did have an open P out there for paving some of our lots back here. We never got around to getting that done, or the road and bridge or that contractor never got around. So was Springer on that list? They were on that list. So there is an open PO out there for that, and I think Greg has talked to them about getting a newer bid and getting that running again. So,
Now that Matt has started, one of the projects is the overlay of the annex and courthouse, as well as all the repairs at Carnegie's. We're also gonna look at, I just talked to Eric before we left about the lot we rent, which we pretty well we'll take care of ourselves. When we stripe it, clean up snow, everything else, that plus chipping it up. So Eric's gonna talk to the city about repairing it while they do all this work here. Also look at what a sub number for 209, what that's gonna be for that, what it would cost for that. And I don't know if, we haven't really talked to the sheriff or not about his gravel lot, but, you know, that'd be the time to pave everything if we did it.
And we had his front parking.
Yeah, his parking lot was on there too.
So Greg can bring that back to you. I know you guys approved that before, but it's been an open appeal that's been hanging out there for quite some time. That new figures, and we'll bring that to you for approval again to do all of that very soon.
Yeah, I think COVID just kind of,
And you can even.
it kind of wrecked everything.
Yeah,
So is that lot there by the Methodist Church on the alley, is that a city lot?
yes, it is.
Because I had written a request to see if they would sell it to us, and I never heard back, so I guess that means no, but,
A couple of years ago, we did the same thing.
yeah,
It was extremely
okay,
high.
It was unbelievably high,
Yes.
wasn't it?
okay, yeah.
They
Yeah.
had asphalt coming up.
And we pay $800 a month to rent that.
So you're talking about asphalting it as well?
Yeah, they got asphalt trucks coming up over there, you know, it needs to be redone.
So we're gonna ask them to do that?
Eric and I were gonna ask them about it, yes.
Okay, okay,
While you're asking them, that alleyway coming from my facility on the exit, that needs to be replaced.
oh, well, all the
It's
alleys,
in bad shape.
all the alleys are bad.
It does really bad.
Yeah, but I just care about my alleyway.
Okay, well, we
So we'll
can,
bring the parking lot issue.
Yeah.
If he is putting off the furniture, then all he's talking about right now is the door and the carpet. Are you guys
I'm,
okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Door, carpet, and paving.
Moving the carpet and replacing it with vinyl.
Yeah.
Behind
Right.
That desk right there.
Okay.
I don't think you really need to vote on, but you got the direction to go
Okay.
ahead on those two things.
Sounds good, thank you.
And then just look at those, and then I will
I'll
call,
yes,
I
I'll
will
give you a
call the
call.
doctor. You can actually just meet him over there, because I think he might even be cheaper now than when I bought some.
Okay, I will get with you on that.
Okay. Okay, Cole County and Jefferson City EMS MOU. Is that the
Yes.
agreement
Morning, Joel.
Morning.
Again.
Again.
So this is the one that we had the conversations about, that Joel put together. And so we're asking for you to submit it, and then it'll get submitted to the city.
Okay. And Jill, you weighed in on this too. Is it tweaked just a little bit from the prior years, or?
It is, there's some changes to it.
Okay. And if the city, and I don't know where they are on it, I assume they're,
Ryan and Schofield had weighed in on some things. We incorporated Ryan's changes, but some of the ones Schofield wanted, Dr. Stilley advised not to do.
Okay.
And that's the discussion we had previously.
okay. So this will be placed in front of them, and if it's good with them, it's good. If they have issues, we readdress those issues if they continue to.
Yeah, that's up to you
Yeah.
guys, how you guys
Yeah.
handle that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so basically, I
I'm just
signed
gonna be
it.
blunt here.
If you
They
approve,
don't have any leverage.
Right, because we are the,
We're giving them the money.
right, okay,
These are the conditions of receiving that money.
got it. Okay,
so I signed it for the county if you approve it, and then Mayor Turgeon signs it if
I'll send it down to Brian.
yeah.
But we have two copies, so we can have two originals.
I have a motion to sign and approve and sign and present to the city, the Cole County and City of Jefferson Emergency Medical Services MOU.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. gentlemen.
Are you the only one signing this? Yes, you are.
I think I'm the only one that signs it. Do we have anything else before?
Did you guys have that second reading of budget adjustment number 2?
I don't-
Oh, yeah, I skipped over that, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Second and final reading of budget adjustment number 2. Keep us honest.
Well, Christian actually seen $26,277. This is insurance proceeds that we received from the siren. So I do need action today to approve this court order number 2.
Make a motion to approve court order number 2 from Cyrene.
Siren? Siren?
It's retired.
Hey,
What about the
he just
siren?
celebrated his 1 year of retirement.
We're gonna see at 10 o'clock, all of our sirens are gonna
He
go
might
off.
be gone, but he's not forgotten, so. Okay, that was my motion.
That one may not work today.
Can I amend it before it's seconded?
Sure.
To change siren to siren?
No, I'm calling it Cyrene for Bill.
Well, the sirens go off at 10 o'clock, so.
I know.
Did you second it?
No, I'm not going to second siren.
Dies from lack of second.
I have a motion.
It's a good thing we don't have Oxvogie here or
Okay.
Versailles.
Make a motion, we approve second budget adjustment, or budget adjustment number 2.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Jesus.
Why do you gotta be so difficult?
Well,
That's my job.
first-class first-class counties call them sirens.
Oh, so if he was in Osage County, he could call it siren.
I still have too many relatives down there to pick on those people, but
Oh,
Well, I pronounce my name with the German pronunciation, but I'm in America, so I do things a little different. Mark's did different, drummer. So, did we vote on it? Or did we
Oh.
just- Okay.
yeah. Oh, we do have the county clerk to discuss sanitizer.
Did we
and
vote, or did we just say?
All in favor?
Second?
Aye.
Okay, I was making sure I didn't really vote.
We do have the county clerk to discuss sanitizer and supplies for elections.
That's why you had to go last, Dawn, because you were gonna be here anyway.
That's fine. I just wanted to see if we could we had to buy supplies to have out at our polling places and our office. We started absentee voting last Tuesday, so we did already go out and make purchases for hand sanitizer, wipes, for the screens and everything like that.
That was nice of you.
And the total came up to $341.64, so I was just wanting to see if you all would approve those purchases for the election for April 6th.
I think we need that stuff, and we've got some disinfectant back in the supply room too, so I think we'll probably check with us next time to see what we have on hand or what kind of prices we can get for it. Where'd
Okay.
y'all get that from?
Walmart.
So I'd guess I would probably get it somewhere cheaper, maybe not.
We heard it be Walmart.
So,
We've been buying it, we heard it be Walmart.
So, that's fine, because we'll
Alright.
probably have to go through this, not that it's gonna
Yeah,
be COVID, but we'll have to do it again in the August election.
Yeah.
We still need supplies, because we have 28 polling places. So, just,
That's a necessary part of running it.
do we have an August this year?
Yes, cities half-cent sales tax and
it
possibly.
hasn't been
Oh.
certified yet, but that's
Yes. All
For
right.
the hand sanitizer, if you guys come out to our building, we got pallets of it
really.
that we can get for you.
we got
It's
about
free.
4,000 boxes of them.
Yeah, so it came from FEMA, it's free.
Okay, awesome, thank you. I'll let
Okay.
Steve know, but are we okay with this
Yes,
still?
I'm fine.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm fine. You fine, Harry?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, do we have anything else before we go into closed session?
Well, since capital improvements were on the agenda, we do have money set aside in general fund and capital improvement sales tax, some kind of plan from you all and how you want to spend that. There's $3 million in general fund. There's almost another 3 in sales tax. We have the Adams building that's sitting there. If you want to do something else, just some kind of plan as to how or when we want to spend that. would be
Yeah,
good.
and we're gonna work on, I was kinda waiting until after our April election, and then we'll delve into to the other part.
Yeah, we
That was
definitely
just
need
my,
to-
that's me, but, um,
Just want to make sure it moves forward.
yeah, yes.
Let's put it in the minutes that it was discussed, or a request from Kristen to further discuss, and so that it's in front of us.
And again, COVID this last year really kind of, it brought everything to a screeching halt. So, you know, other than Brian and phones and things like that,
Finally, Brian's name's brought up in a commission meeting.
oh, well, I want to make sure he's awake.
Upstairs, Carnegie's, the left side collapsed. They've already seen the picture. It was not on the capital list because
Yeah.
it was fine at the time until they decided to break.
That's all I have.
Anything else?
Motion to go into closed session pursuant to section 610.021 of the revised statutes of Missouri. The commission will go into closed session, discuss the following personnel issues, section 610.021, paren 13, close paren. Real estate, section 610.021, paren 2, close paren.
Second?
Roll call?
Harry,
Aye.
Sam,
Aye.
Jeff.
Yes.
Okay,
Let's do real estate first, and I'll take the minutes.
yes. Yes.
You want to stay for real estate or?